right. Welcome to episode 36 of the Stogie Society podcast. I am your host, Cigar Scope, Randall, and obviously we have the normal crew here with the reintroduction of Matt, Sober Cigars. Happy to have you back here, Matt.
Thank you, buddy.
And we're going to go around, talk about a little bit about what we're smoking, what we're pairing it with, and then we'll get into the topic, which is things that can ruin a cigar smoking session. So we'll start clockwise with Ugo. What are you smoking? What are you pairing?
Sure. What's up, guys? What's up, chat? I got the Som from Somlier Cigars. It is the BDX Blanc. The Toro. First time smoking the Toro size. I love the Robusto, but everybody seems to rave about this one, which it's like about half-inch short of a damn Churchill, man. It's a huge sucker. I made myself a cocktail. It's a mango mezcalita, kind of like a margarita, but with mezcal and some H2O.
Boom, there you go.
On hand. Matt, what do you got?
I have a Monte Cristo Nicaragua series.
Oh, nice.
Just why not? I had a couple that Albert had sent me that had some age on them. So and when these things got a little time on them, I was like, it's not too shabby. So I ended up snagging a deal, got like a 10-pack and tossed them away and just figured I'd pull one out. So, and I've got a root beer, Spreacher root beer, one of Cigar Carpenter Mike's favorite root beers. So yeah.
Nice. Is that part of that pack you got at one point a while back? You had a pack of like different root beers.
Yeah, that's what DC had sent me. DC sent me this huge sampler pack. I remember being like, what is this heavy ass package on the doorstep here? Open them up, and it didn't even say anything. It was in small print somewhere. It said like, I think it said his name, and I finally figured it out. But for like an hour, I was going on Amazon. I was like, did I order this? Like, I don't even drink, so I can't like drunk order. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, where'd this come from? So, no, these are, I got these at the local hardware store, actually. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Oh,
but
was it like Ace Hardware? Because I know they sell something like that.
Menards, save big money at Menards.
Save big money.
That's like their whole commercial. Their little jingle will like get stuck in your head. It's stupid.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Matt, because my kid, we have I don't know, do you guys have grocery outlet where you live? It's like an outlet.
I don't here, but we did in Washington when I lived there. So I know what you're talking about.
So they have a little jingle too, like grocery outlet, bargain market, right? So then it's quick. They're not always fully stocked, you know, they got like random stuff. And then every time I tell my kid, let's go to grocery outlet to grab something, she's like, bargain market. Like, shut up, let's go.
Yep.
So just real quick, I'm smoking the Onward Dream middleweight champion. I'm kind of smoking this in honor of Frank, Texas Cigar Society. His birthday was Monday, I believe, right? Monday. And he had done a review on this, said it was really good. And he had sent me one a while back. So I lit it up in honor of his birthday week. And I'm pairing it with Stockyard Oatmeal Stout. I got this at one of those weird grocery stores. It's not Aldi's, though. I don't like beer from Aldi's. Trader Joe's. Y'all have Trader Joe's?
We do have Trader Joe's, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like weird because some things are super expensive and overpriced, and other things are just like, oh, this is kind of cheap. Beer was kind of normal, but I just needed something that was a little bit more on the chocolate roasty nut side, and I didn't have anything, so I picked this up earlier. And I thought it would go decently well with this, and it's all right. So as you probably saw from the thumbnail of the flaccid cigar in the man's mouth, this episode is about
Frank missing the show.
This is a birthday episode for Frank. Dude, Frank's not here. No, this episode's about just different factors that ruin your cigars. Like, we all go out a lot, all seasons. We live in all types of places, but depending on the place, different things obviously ruin your cigar smoking experience. And we just want to talk a little bit about that because obviously, if you live on the East Coast and probably in most of the country, there's this huge heat wave hitting everything. And yeah, that's been messing me up recently. I haven't been smoking as many cigars as I normally do. Are y'all affected by that heat wave?
Not me, dude.
It came through here over the weekend. It was like 108 for a couple of days. I was like, nah, you go see Randall. Get the hell out of here.
Well, it needs to get out to the ocean because it's been, I think yesterday it hit like 104, at least the car thermometer said that. And I did that video like last week where I was sweating. It was like 88 degrees and the sun was going down. And I was just like, the humidity and everything else. Besides heat, what are some other factors that really determine if you're going to actually go out that day and smoke a cigar? And we'll start with Ugo.
Honestly, even like mentally, like, you know, there's been times where like I'm not all there mentally where I'm like, I want to smoke a cigar, but I don't want to let's say like even review it or like stuff like that. Because if I'm home, there's only been very little occasions where I don't smoke a cigar in the morning. And mainly because I'm like, you know, not there like mentally. I'm just thinking about other stuff. So I'm like, I'm not really gonna enjoy it. I'm just gonna be puffing and not enjoy the smoke. So for me, that would be one thing for sure that would keep me from smoking a cigar. Wow.
That's
by the way,
point.
Matt, are you okay? Do you give AJ your blessing for him to have a few drinks?
Yeah, I told him call me if he needs a ride home or bailed out. I got him.
Okay, cool. All right, for sure. What's up, Johnny G? Johnny Polo.
Also, yeah. What's up, everybody in the chat? Also, same question for everybody in the chat. What is something that will keep you from smoking a cigar? There's not much, I think, that would keep me if I have like in my head, all right, I'm smoking today. But Ugo just brought up a great point. It's not necessarily a physical or weather or something exterior. Sometimes it could be mentality, just not in the mood for some reason. You have the time, you just don't do it. Matt, what about you? What is something recently that has kept you from smoking a cigar that you actually, well, you don't have to be surprised about it. Obviously, heat, you're not surprised. You're like, yeah, I'm not going out there. But what's something recently that kept you from smoking a cigar?
You know, and Hugo hit the nail on the head. I've had that happen too, where it's like, because usually I'll have an evening cigar, and you know, I've had times where I'm like, kids go to bed and the wife's doing something else, whatever, and it's like, all right, here's my cigar time. And I've had times where it's just for whatever reason, for no reason, whatever reason, it's just like I'm not in the headspace for it. You know, I just don't want to go and do it. You know, besides that, I can't even really say weather except for like extreme heat or like really extreme cold, because out here in the garage, I have my little setup. So if it's raining, if it's
your camera turns off.
we
can still hear you if you want to finish your story.
If your computer overheats, your transmission slipping. Technology.
Okay, lovely. Okay, my laptop's screwing up.
Virginia has a humid.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Virginia is right above North Carolina, and I think we're getting hit by the same system, man. It's ridiculous out here. Actually, at this moment, 77 degrees, and I don't think it's very humid because it rained very sporadically earlier. But
Ian saying outside in Phoenix. Oh, bro, I went there for spring break, spring break, Dodger spring training, and I mean it wasn't that hot yet, but I can see that where it's that kind of weather. I don't smoke outside when it's over 90, maybe like 91, 92. Like, forget it. Like, I'm already like in bad shape.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and no, honestly, I think it gets to a point. We smoke a lot of cigars, right? Like all of us, like most of us in the chat, us on the panel, we smoke more than just the person who's just celebrating something, right? So
Yeah.
for us, it's like if I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm not wasting my time. I'm not wasting the cigar because maybe there's one you're excited about. You just bought a box of something, or you have one that you've been dry boxing. It's 98 degrees outside. Keep my ass inside. I can't do the heat like that. Like everybody was joking over the winter how cold I look. I much prefer the cold to the heat, personally.
You prefer
Let's
the
see.
cold to the heat? Okay. Yeah.
I do. My body just does not run well in the heat. I get very sweaty. The cigar affects me more. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it affects me more.
You mean
And
like you get a head change easier with the heat, or
yeah, I feel like cigars, even if they're medium plus or something like that, or it's just I'm one of those people. I drink energy drinks, I drink coffee, I dehydrate myself on a regular basis, and I try to hydrate. I drink water, but I do not drink enough water to mitigate all the dehydration I'm doing to myself. So when you
mm,
throw a cigar on top of that, I'm just like, man, I'm so done. Like I start to get just hot, sweaty, ready to go in. I pull out a big Vitola or something. I'm like, ah. So that's
yeah.
definitely something that keeps me from smoking. Um,
Frank's bringing up a pretty good point here. Having family unexpectedly visit here. Okay.
That
And I
almost
think
ruined it for
oh,
all of us.
yeah, Matt bought a
Listen,
cake.
yeah, listen. What really ruins the experience of a good cigar is when you've planned for weeks to have a birthday episode for one of the
the
greatest people out there in the world. You have
panelist of
cake,
a
you have
podcast.
ice cream, he had some male strippers going to the house, everything, dude. He's not here.
We bought
Mm,
some. Yeah, we bought some more chata, some cake, and just
he said horchata.
messing with Frank though.
Hey,
Um,
what about this right here? Do you mind smoking in a dirty environment, or do you have to be clean? Ian's bringing up this point right here where
that's a good point, Ian. Also, nice photo, like graffiti art. You see
yeah,
that?
yeah, he gets down
So,
with like stuff like that. Pretty good.
um, personally speaking, dirty in what way? Like, because if it's just like ash on a table and stuff, yeah, I wipe it off. I mean, it's not like the same as eating, right? Like you go to a restaurant and there's like trash or obviously has food on it, you might not want to jump on that table. But if it's a cigar lounge, I might just be like, I'm gonna probably ash on it too on accident. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
mind it as much.
Okay. Yeah. Well, dude, for me, again, like my smoking area is here outside in the patio as well. And I don't mind having, ash like on the floor a little bit, like, not piles of stuff, but my girl, she gets like all OCD about it. It's like, sweep outside, there's a mess. I'm like, there's like one little piece of ash. Like, what are you talking about? But, you know, women
If
are
I have
women, right?
guests, yeah, but if I have guests over, I'm cleaning off the table. I'm trying to clean off the ashtray, and that's just for my own. I want to appear to be like, yeah, it's a comfortable area for you, right? So if I have friends over or something, and we're all just chilling, and I don't know if you guys deal with pollen
Oh,
in the
yeah.
springtime, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like dusting constantly off the furniture before I smoke and stuff because that stuff right there really bothers my allergies.
And this is, yeah, I suffer from allergies as well. Um, Sal Jenko brings up a good point here. If there's shitty cigars or, cigars that don't really conform to your taste, let's say, right? Because we all have different, I think, interpretations of what a shitty cigar is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be another thing. Like, and for the same reason, like if I'm going somewhere, I always carry my cigars just in case there's a chance to smoke. Then you have something that you like to smoke.
Mm-hmm. I actually ran into that last weekend. I was at a buddy of mine's dad turned 60, and they had cigars there. And what do we have? Olla in Nicaragua. I didn't bring any. I just thought we were just drinking and stuff, but they had some. Luckily, it wasn't some that I minded too much. I was like, yeah, I'll take the Olla Churchill. It's fine. And it was fine. It wasn't something that I usually grab myself. But going back to your point, yeah, I always have like at least a 3-finger case with you or something, right?
What about bad company? Have you ever experienced being with bad company where like they keep you from enjoying your smoke, or maybe it's not exactly like bad company, but maybe some people have kind of like bad habits. Like I have a friend that chews the shit out of his cigar top, and I'm not gonna tell him how to smoke a cigar, but it does kind of like aggravate me seeing all the slobber on there. It's like, ugh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the people that put their mouth all the way up to the band? Have you seen that? Dude, that bothers me. It bothers me.
Or if they lick the whole thing. You ever seen somebody just like lick their cigar for like 5 minutes, like the whole entire thing? I saw it one time. So for me, and this kind of goes to the thing of being around bad company, can that hinder your experience with a cigar? So for me, like I don't know anybody around here that really smokes cigars except for Carpenter and a couple people on the other side of town. And so when I'm smoking, it's usually just by myself. And when I go to a lounge, I'm usually just by myself on my laptop or just whatever. But like for me, bad company, I've been to the lounge before where there's somebody who's just extremely loud, right? Just obnoxiously loud, where they're telling like a stupid ass story and then they're looking at everybody and it's like, oh, don't make eye contact with this guy. Like that's always weird. I've been around that a couple times, but I was in Milwaukee and at this lounge I always go to because it's right by the hotel. And I was sitting down, then this group of 4 guys came in. They're there all the time. And like, oh, you mind if we sit here? And I'm like, oh, I don't care. I'm just doing some emails and stuff, And so I wasn't really paying attention, but this dude had his cigar and he was licking it like cap to foot for like a few minutes. And I was like, it caught my eye and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then one of his buddies was giving him shit and he was like, oh, whatever. And he cut the cap and lit it up. I was like, I don't know what kind of ritual that is. I don't know what kind of group this is, but that was weird.
Yeah. I've never seen anybody lick the entire cigar.
I never had either.
I think that's a little too much.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen people like, they do the cap before they cut it or something, which, is a faux pas in lounge with a public cutter or public area, which is why I always bring my cutter lighter with me. But I've never seen somebody lick the entire cigar. That would definitely throw me off.
Hey, this is just on what you said about the community cutter, which I don't ever use those, but I was at this lounge a little while back and sitting there with my cigar in my lap, just doing my thing. Saw this guy come in and goes and uses the community cutter, right? Well, he takes and he's putting the cigar in his mouth, I guess testing the draw or something, who knows, right? Well, then he goes to put it back in the community cutter after having it in his mouth, and the guy at the register, all of a sudden you hear, hey, put it down, flipped at, which, you're not supposed to do that. And the dude was just like deer in headlights, like, what do you mean? He came over and gave him the whole like spiel why you don't do that, and like loudly, everybody in the lounge, everybody stopped talking and was like, what?
It's good he called him out though.
Yeah. Well, and if he wouldn't have seen it, the dude just would have licked it and cut it. And
okay, here is something that aggravates me and
Subway
kills
tunnel.
and kills the mood for me, bro. Yeah, and it's
Is
just
it
the draw has been messed up since I lit it up. Yeah, it's and you know how I don't smoke, like the smoker, like barbecue smoker.
mhm.
But you know how they say like if the smoke is like what too white or a certain color, like that you're giving it too much heat, too much combustion, right? So sometimes I don't know if have you guys noticed when you have like a bad draw and you keep on puffing and then you get like this smoke buildup that's kind of weird. It's not normal. That's what I was getting on this cigar.
Uh,
Hmm.
I get a lot of airflow. Like when you just showed that like mouse hole, I just
Yeah,
don't get that much flavor. You lose a
yeah,
lot, and
yeah.
so it's like, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna pop it down, or are you gonna hope it corrects? Or
No, I think I'm gonna.
I got a weird thing going on here.
Yeah,
I got like
And
a peel
usually
up.
some are pretty good. I think I've only had I've smoked quite a bit of Som cigars, and I think I've had one that had a tunnel that I couldn't correct. I had to toss it, but besides that, they usually have pretty good construction.
Well, on that
From
note,
what I found.
I will say that one thing that can mess up a perfectly good smoke session for me is I think I know what I want. I picked the wrong damn cigar. I'm like, oh, I want something, mild for the morning, and then I had something bold the night before, and my palate's still kind of blown out. So I needed something at least probably medium bodied, and I'm just over here like feel like I'm vaping. Like I'm not getting much out of this. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I mean, the coffee's good because it's like the morning smoke, right? But it's like I'm not getting anything out of this, and then I feel like I've just wasted a cigar that maybe I should have waited a few days and then lit up as like a first in like 2 or 3 days off or something.
yeah, bro. It sucks when you and this one, I kind of was wanting to smoke because I've only had the Robustos and this Sam Blanc. By the way, what's up, Buzz? Um,
What's up, Buzz?
and yeah, so it's my first Toro, and it's like fucking buzzkill, but it is what it is.
Dude, is that a 6.5 Toro? Because that looks like you said earlier, it looks like a Churchill. Like when you
Yeah,
showed me earlier before we started, I was like, "What are you smoking a Churchill?"
yeah. So his cigars are half an inch longer. So a Toro is 6.5 by
Okay.
54. His Robusto is 5.5 by 50. I think 50 or 52. I'm gonna say 50. So yeah, he's got an extra inch for some reason. I don't know why. I think he might have talked about it in one of the podcasts, but I don't remember.
Maybe it's like his way to try to
Stick quicker.
just differentiate from the others. Um, it's such a I don't know. 6.5 is a good size. 6 is a good size. Pause.
What's
But
that?
no, nothing stupid. I was just saying a Toro is a great size for a cigar.
Oh, Toro.
Hmm. Yeah, Buzz said picking the wrong cigar is the worst, especially smoking to mood specifically. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
going back to
I've started a cigar and just been like, it's a good cigar, but I'm not feeling this. I'm gonna go get something different. I've done that a couple times.
Yeah. What do you do with those? I mean, because like you maybe have this much of an ash on it or something. You're like, yeah, I just can't do it. Do you leave it in your ashtray, keep it
I
for
have.
later? Yeah.
I have. Like if it's one I know I like and it's a good cigar, it's just not hitting just because, you know, your mental headspace or whatever the situation may be. I've had where I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I let it go out, cut the end off, and hope it's still okay tomorrow. But
right, and I've done this before also. What AJ's suggesting here, where give it some good old tongue licking, and it usually works. Or if I have the what's his name? What's the guy? What's his name? I forget the one that makes the glue for everybody.
oh, Albert.
Yeah, if I have the
Albert.
Albert glue, but usually it's inside, so I'm kind of lazy, so I'm like, I'm just gonna Usually works. At least it gets you through the that section or whatever.
Dude,
The
oh, go
Ciglue
ahead.
guy, Ciglue, Ciglue. He sent me a few of his, so I now keep one out here. I keep one in my travel case. Like Hugo, I take with me every day, and so that way I got it at hand if need be.
Yeah.
Well, picking the wrong Vitola, I think, is also something that is annoying because sometimes you think you have the time that you don't have. When I'm working remote, sometimes I'm like, no one's gonna bother me. I'm just chilling. I'm editing photos. I'm doing something, and then there's some emergency from work, and I'm being messaged a lot. And then this cigar that I was trying to enjoy is now on the back burner. Like I'm puffing on it and everything, but I'm just like, this cigar is too good to be so distracted. I don't like to be distracted if it's a Migar, especially, because that's the whole point. As content creators, you have your own cigars too. You're like, I don't want to have to worry about my camera set up. I don't have to worry about if people are working with leaf blowers or whatever behind me. It's like it's just for me, so that can bother me sometimes too. What's up, Crespin?
Yeah, that's a good point. Now for those Migars, do you feel like do you ever feel like I know that you don't really have a backlog yet, but do you feel like maybe I should have filmed this one and saved it for my backlog, or like do you just like enjoy it and be like, it's a Migar, I don't really want to run the setup?
No, I really wish I had the mental maturity to feel like that, where it's like, you know what, I'm going to enjoy it. But if I pull out one that I didn't plan to review and I'm just super enjoying it, I'm like, damn, I should have reviewed this one because I really like it. And so then I have to like put it on the list to seek out later, you know, which that's the thing. Like sometimes you have one of something for whatever reason, and you just picked it up B&M or online or something. And, it's just you put it on your list for like a future buy if you find them.
Right.
But it
So
bothers me in the moment.
I've done that, but what I'll do is because like my setup out in the garage, it's always set up. So it's pretty simple for me to get up and running and record. I just turn everything on and boom, here I am. But I've had times, even with a simple setup, I've had times where I'm just like, I just want to go sit out back. I want to go sit out back by the pool or the fire pit. I just don't want to deal with it. But what I'll do is in my notes, I'll take the same stuff that I write up at the bottom of my YouTube videos. I'll take that and I'll still input all the info and I'll make notes as I go. So then I'm like, okay, and then I'll take a picture and all that. And then so then I could do a reel or a short later, or one of my like quick recaps of the cigar, quick little 2-3 minute deal. So I've done it where I'm like, man, I got this cigar. I want to do a video on this, but I don't feel like sitting out here doing one. So I just make notes so that I can later on when I get to it, just kind of do a short or something like that,
Okay. Makes sense.
I just got to be sure to take the notes so I know like, okay, what was I getting out of this? Because we smoke so many cigars, I'll forget a week later, and it's, well, how was that cigar? And I'm like, I don't know. I think it was good. Let me go to the notes. So that's something you could do, if you're going to do one by yourself. If you're like, I don't want to set my stuff up, you could just take the notes and do a short on it later, put the picture of it in the background or something.
That's true. And actually, I don't know, do you guys feel like this? This is a little bit off topic, but depending on the cigar, do you create a multifaceted package of content for that cigar? So, for example, the more rarer or the more, I guess, sought after, do you like, you're doing the review? Are you also snapping photos during for Instagram? Are you also doing shorts, like doing like a vertical video for a short? Because I do stuff like that sometimes just because, I may not get that cigar again. Or it may, like for example, Cubans, I'm always making sure I'm off work that day. I'm not working remote when I smoke a Cuban. It's always like if I go ahead and take Friday off or whatever, it's like, cool. I have an opportunity now. Like, let me go ahead and mentally prepare, because obviously I'm not buying Cubans all the time. Do you guys do stuff like that, or is it just like it's not that serious?
Yeah, I find myself doing a lot of like different recordings for some cigars, and like you said, it's mainly because it's a hot topic, or it's a rare cigar, something like that. Um, but once I'm smoking the cigar, I probably already did an unboxing. Uh, I probably already did like an announcement, like a short somewhere where like a preview of me saying I'm gonna smoke the cigar. So typically on those kind of cigars, I already have like enough content. But you can better be safe than sorry, right? So just have the media available if you need it in the future. And worst case scenario, just end up erasing it or whatever.
That's true.
But I want to bring this thing up right here where Ian said, uh, when there's a dude with a bad attitude walking into a cigar lounge. So obviously, cigar lounge is kind of like it's like a social club, right? You go there, you socialize, or if you just want to hang out and. Yeah, the other thing is if you want to just go there and hang out by yourself and enjoy a cigar. So have you ever had to tell somebody like, hey, can you kind of keep it down, or I don't know, have there been any situation kind of like that, or you kind of just walk away? Or
I've had, usually when I'm traveling, I've had a couple times where I'm in there smoking a cigar, doing my thing, whether I'm just trying to relax or work or whatever, and it's like, what are these people doing? And where it's like, all right, and I bought a couple cigars, and I've had it where it's like, all right, once this cigar is done, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go find a different lounge or whatever. So I've done that. I've done it where I'm like, this is stupid. I'm out of here. Next, I did that at it was what is it? Cigars International. Is that the CI lounge or whatever?
in
One
Texas,
in
Houston?
Texas I was at, and it was just, I don't know. I don't like that place there personally, but it was close to the hotel because I was at anyways, whatever the situation. And there's a couple groups there, and it was just like, what the fuck? I can't even hear myself think.
Yeah, too
And
loud, right?
Locals. The locals.
And it's like, what do you do? They probably go there, once a week or or whatever it might be, and you could tell they knew everybody. And I was just like, all right, I'm out of here.
Well, if I'm with somebody, nothing bothers me, because usually everybody's amongst themselves, kind of thing. But when you've both probably done this, you go to a lounge by yourself, you got to be careful. Like, if you're sitting near someone who's telling a really loud story, or they make a comment that they're wanting the room to hear, not to chuckle or not to make any kind of like, oh, I heard you kind of thing, because then they will not shut up. Yeah, no acknowledgement to them. If they say something stupid that they've been waiting for somebody to hear and no one's listening to them, it's probably because they've said that same thing every day of the week for the past 7 years. And then you just happen to be in there and you make a little chuckle. And now all of a sudden y'all are best friends for the night. And I'm like, wasn't that funny? Yeah.
Right. Let me read the guest's comment here before he gets upset and ruins his cigar. It ruins my cigar when the host doesn't read my chat.
What did he say?
Exactly what I just said.
I know, but what did he say that I missed?
No, nothing. I think he's just being.
Just in general. Okay.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it just.
That's a good point too. That's a good point. What AJ's saying as well. Sometimes you pull out a cigar because almost like habitual, right? Like, oh, I'm having my coffee. I'm working remote. What cigar am I smoking today? And it's like you're not even thinking, like, maybe you're not even in the mood. And so you pull out your coffee, you pull out your computer, you pull out your cigar, and you're like, I don't care about this. I got stuff to do. I got, that can definitely, I've done that plenty of times too.
Yeah. Yeah. How many like go-to cigars do you have where like you have, enough stock where you know that you can smoke that's like your go-to?
Oh,
How many do you guys have? Like,
a lot.
really?
You mean like multiple cigars or ones I've reviewed
Yeah.
before and all that?
No, no,
Oh, I
no.
have a lot.
Where like you have like a certain amount. Let's say like at least like a 10 pack of a certain cigar, where like you have and it's your go-to. And
Yeah,
I don't.
I probably got six or
Oh,
seven
that's a good.
Like different
cigars.
brands, like
Yeah,
brands and different. Yeah.
yeah, and it's cigars that I enjoy and that I can get on a deal for really cheap.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that's like I'll stock up on, like Ferio Tego Timeless, all the Timeless series. Well, not the TAA for the 10th anniversary, but like
Mm-hmm.
the Panamericana, the Prestige, whatever, one or two other ones. You can catch those at a really great deal, and they're good cigars. And so I keep those in rotation. I got about a 10 pack of each. When I get down to a couple, I'll stock back up with another 10 pack. And then some of the Espinosa stuff, just
I
kind
was
of
gonna say.
just anytime the Crema, the Murcielago, just you can get those for really cheap and just good anytime cigars. Cigars to where I can be doing something. I don't have to be focused on it. But even if I'm by myself, it's a fine cigar. Um,
Dude, since you mentioned the Panamericana, I didn't notice that you sent me already like two of them. I don't know if they were back to back or like in the same package, but I was going through cigars because today I didn't. After we did the change of topic thing, I was like, well, I gotta smoke something different. So I saw that you sent me two, and I'm like, dude, I should smoke these soon because you say they're pretty good, and other people in the chats have also said the same thing. So
I probably meant to send you two different ones. I probably meant to send you the Panamericana and then one of the other ones, like the Prestige or blanking out on the other name. But I probably meant to send you two different ones, and I probably accidentally sent you two Panamericanas. And that cigar is
either
just a
way,
good go-to. It's a good go-to cigar. It's one where, it's not. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Just a good go-to.
yeah, for sure. And like you
It
say, you get them at the discount sometimes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, I'll answer the
The
question. I'll
Supreme.
answer the comment
Sal just
too.
said the Supreme. That's what I'm thinking of. The
Ah,
Supreme
okay,
Oh,
is
okay.
the other
Supreme.
Ferio Tego in that timeless line that you can get at a good price, and I keep in rotation.
So AZ, I think I'm reviewing the Shadow cigar tomorrow because it's I've had them now for about 2 weeks, acclimating and stuff, and I've smoked a few, but I haven't reviewed it yet. And another thing about cigars that are just like on rotation is I don't know if you guys do this. I buy them as humidor fillers too. Like you especially when I first bought my bigger humidor, you can't just have like 50 cigars in a 400 cigar humidor. You need to have that humidity level stay up. So I bought like bundles for things that I'll smoke through sometimes, and it's just for me, just stuff I like you said, the Espinosa Crema's good. Even I enjoy from time to time the Brickhouse Maduro Fumas. Like that's the
Oh,
cheaper one, and you can get like, I mean, if you get a sale, you can get like 20 for $60, and that's a good filler for like, hey, here, take some humidity away from these better cigars. But as far as like and I don't even think I've ever reviewed it for the channel, but sometimes for Amigar, I'll pull something like that out, even though it's cheaper. It's like this will get the job done. I got some stuff going on. It's a pretty linear cigar.
okay. Yeah. It's kind of like
Or the Eva V's, right? Like you can get those in almost any Vitola for pretty
yeah,
cheap if you get them
yeah,
at the right place.
for sure.
And those are great cigar. So
Yeah. I myself, I'm trying to I have a few that I have like overstock that they don't hurt the bank, and they're pretty decent go-tos. But kind of like just with all these releases of this year 2025, there's so many. I've been concentrating on just getting those, and then if there's deals popped up like those Sumas that we just saw, not oh yeah, Suma and the 10 year, I was like, all right, well, fucking get some of those, But what about this comment right here? Where is it really the point to go and socialize, or is it? I mean, depends on your agenda, right? Depends how you feel.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because to Matt's point, probably when he goes to different cities, it's conferences, right? It's something for work.
Yeah.
Same with me. I'll look like where my conference is, and I'll try to find a lounge in that city, in that area. And yeah, I'm not really there to like meet and greet. I mean, if I get into a good conversation, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But but like I'm there to see what their offering is and just to enjoy a cigar.
Yeah.
Just
So
something different.
yeah, for me to answer Edgar's point is so if my intention is to go socialize, I'll invite people, or I'll plan a gathering with these guys or whoever, like, hey, let's go hit up a cigar lounge on a Friday night, let's go socialize. But let's say I don't have a very good selection of cigars here at the local B&Ms, but I know a few that have some, and I've wanting to try them. So I've gone there just to try the cigar. I just want to go smoke the cigar. I don't want to talk to nobody. I want to concentrate on the cigar. See, if I want to get more online at a cheaper price. So I think it just depends.
Going to Sal's comment, fill the humidor with bangers, not filler cigars. Absolutely. This was, I mean, I'm still running through fillers that I bought a year ago. You know what I mean? Like stuff like, you go crazy. You spend like, I don't know, you spend some money and you get like a lot just to fill the humidor and just to have some. And then you end up like, kind of filling bombs with, right? Like y'all have probably gotten fumas from me or something. Just because I'm not going to smoke all 20 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and filler cigars for me are the same. It's cigars that I like, but usually for me, it's if I'm gonna buy 20 or 40 of them, it's for me, it's got to be something that I can get at a better price.
And I can I've been a witness to this for sure, because we usually smoke in the virtual in the mornings when I work from home. So that's definitely true. And then Keith, try Spam fried rice, is really good.
Oh, and I will say, as far as lounges and going there to socialize and stuff,
What's up,
I
Paper?
do. One time when I was in Dallas, I met up with Hashi, Michael, and Martine. So I met up with a few guys at two different lounges, 2 different nights, and shoot, we were there till like, we didn't even realize it. We got there at like 6 o'clock, 5 or 6, and next thing you know, I think Hashi was like, "Oh shit, it's 11 o'clock." Because we're just sitting there hanging out. We were all meeting for the first time, and the next night it was the same thing. A different group I met up with. The next thing you know, it was like midnight, 1 o'clock. And so I do like to go out and socialize at the lounges if I know people, but I'm not one that's like, "Oh, hey, random strangers, what are you smoking?"
Yeah.
Well, I think I kept sending the Discord. The Discord. I kept sending every cigar I smoked, and I ended the day with like a Padron. I don't know, 26, 64. Remember that? Couple like back in March or something.
Oh, the 64. Yeah.
Yeah. I sat there like 5 hours. I didn't even realize the time went by. I was sitting there with a buddy.
Yeah.
They had an event where they just was, hey, free beers, come on over, and I mean, man, we just kept buying. We just kept buying, smoking. Same people sat there the entire time. So
Hey, AJ recommends this all the time. We got to try it now. Hermanos de Armas. He's been posting it on his social media as well. I never had any of those. Have you guys had Hermanos de Arma? HTA?
no, but maybe we should. Maybe we should.
I'll try them.
I'd try them.
That's a great humidor filler. I agree. And even at a discount, hell yeah, dude. Number 2s, Pericosos, awesome Cameroon. And yeah, you can get like, stuff like that. I honestly, I'd rather pay the couple bucks more per stick for like something like that I know than something that's not gonna enjoy. Then again, that's why we're smoking all these different cigars, right? So we can know what hits and whatnot. Like the Paulina White Label.
Mm-hmm. And that's not even an expensive cigar, right?
Fuck no, dude. It could go
And you
down
can
to
get
like
that
$4 or
on a
$5.
sale. Yeah, and that's a pretty decent cigar. Stogie
Oh,
Brody loves those cigars, doesn't he?
yeah, there's
Lauren?
a few of us. Yeah, Sal loves it. Matt, have you had your fair share of the White Label or
The White Label.
La Palina?
La Palina.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Oh, really?
I don't like them.
Wow.
Not for his palate.
Okay. I didn't see any pics. Yeah, he was MIA today in the chat as well in the virtual in the morning.
Speaking of filler cigars and all this and all that, has a bad store of a cigar, like, I mean, obviously that's probably screwed you guys up at some point too. Have you ever had a cigar you didn't dry box long enough, or you bought from a brick and mortar, but it was at that damn corner right near where the sprayer is, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the Mister. Yeah.
And you hope that you can dry box it for like a month or something, and it just still tastes like it's bitter or something. You know what I mean? Like, I've had cigars ruined like that before, where maybe the place I went, the correlation of where the box is to where the mister is, or whatever was going on with it, I took a chance when I bought it, and then I smoked it later and was like, yeah, it's just not good. Have y'all ever dealt with something like that?
I haven't lit it, but I've had where I've gotten cigars, whether in the mail or at a B&M, and like a few days later, I go to cut the cap, and like, wow, this draw's kind of tight. And I'll use that little poker humidity tester, and I'm like, whoa, this thing. I've had cigars where it's like, man, I've had to let it sit like a month before it was ready. Mm-hmm. I have had at a B&M where I got one, lit it up, and I was like, oh no, the RH was too high. And it's like, next.
Yeah, I'll tell you an anecdote real quick. Where for me, I just get like a huge turn off where like the tobacconist is more of a security guard than an actual tobacconist, kind of like following you around. And it's like, all right, dude, like, if I need you, I'll holler at you. Let me just fucking look around. And then, so that's kind of annoying. That's kind of like a buzzkill for me,
Yeah, because I'm one, dude. I take my time in the humidor. I'll do like, especially if it's a place I haven't been or I don't go that often, I'll do a round. I'll do a second round, be looking at my phone at notes on cigars that I've been looking for. I've had times where I've called Mike, Cigar Carpenter. Hey, man, what do you think about this? Or they got this and this. What do you? And I was at this one spot in downtown Minneapolis, and dude came in. Hey, can I help you? No, man, I'm just looking. I just take my time. It just takes me a while. He ended up coming at the third time he came in. He was like, so, like, how can I help you find something? And it had only been like not even 10 minutes. And I'm like, what? So I just grabbed a couple things and I just left. I was like, that's why I don't ever come here.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Helicopter tobacconists are the worst.
Oh, dude. But Sal, like those times where we're kicking it or we just got there and, there's those group of loud, obnoxious guys there, and then it kind of turns it off for us. And then, we got to go to the other section and then we come back when they leave. That's kind of like a buzzkill as well.
Yeah. And for me with a lounge, I utilize a lounge. There's been times on the weekend where things have just been a stressful week. Kids are getting wild and all that. And it's like, hey, you got this for a little bit. Okay. And I've just gone to the lounge where it's like, I just want to sit in the nice leather chair, sit back, have one cigar, and just have silence, people talking and stuff, whatever, but just want it to be kind of quiet, relaxing. And that's my decompression. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if I'm if I'm like in a place where I know people, it's, oh, hey, I'm in town. You guys going to the lounge? Let's go hang out. Because it's a great place to socialize and hang out with your friends. You know what I mean? Have some good cigars.
Norm. Y'all get that joke? Norm.
Dude, No, wait. What's the joke?
It's that show Cheers from back in the day, way back in the
Oh,
day.
dude, cheers. That's
Like
So
go where everybody knows your name. Like go to your local lounge.
oh,
Matt,
your watering hole.
yeah, your local
Hey,
watering hole.
dude, I think Keith has had those SPs on the on the cut by trade cells for like forever.
Like somebody come get them, please.
Seriously, buy the things. give them away in bombs, bro. Oh man, what's up, hologram? How you doing, brother?
What's up, man?
Gabriel.
Well, I think you can also tell the people that maybe are going to the lounge for something different, like you were saying, Matt, that are in the lifestyle, do it a lot. They're just going for somewhere different. And then the people that are doing it as like an experience from bar hopping,
Right.
let's all go grab a cigar. And those, not always, but those tend to be the people that are talking loudest or, doing some weird, obnoxious stuff that don't get the etiquette quite of the lounge. Those are the ones I'm just like, I'll let that group be over there, and I'm just going to be over here in my. I mean, I do love the leather chairs. Like,
Yeah,
that's so great.
what's your?
Well, it's funny that this one place, if I go there to do some work, there's like 2 or 3 other guys that they like when they work from home, they're up there. So it's funny. You go in, and it's quiet. You can hear a little bit of typing on some keyboards, and it's pretty peaceful.
I need to do that, man. I work from home twice a week. I need to find a lounge where I high speed internet.
You go up, you buy a couple cigars and relax. And
yeah, I actually, when I first started working from home at this job where I'm at, I actually went to the cigar lounge a few times to work from home because I still had the membership, and I didn't have like the arrangement here set up. So that was pretty fun. To answer your question, AZ, Edmundo Dantes, bro, humidor fillers right there, for sure.
St. Louis Ray.
I'm kidding.
St. Louis Ray.
Dude, you know which ones are pretty good, and I think they're mixed filler, short filler, whatever, are the Fonsecas. The ones that are wrapped in like tissue paper.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you suggest those to me one time?
Yeah, dude. And yeah. And you can get like a box of like 25 for like 130, I think, or 150. I don't know. They're like about $7 a piece.
It's not bad. For me, I don't think I've smoked enough Cubans to know what I would like as a filler. I've only had 5.
The Port Laranja would be a good one. It just can't be too young. Can't be in the sick period or it sucks. Tastes like gas. Those Those are a good. When you get a good one, though, those are a good one for a Cuban filler. That and the St. Louis Ray. Those would be my 2 Cuban fillers.
You know what's funny? That the SLR New World, I don't enjoy that much. I got to try the Cubans. Have you had the New World SLRs? Have any of you?
So I don't think so.
No.
Oh. Let me make sure I'm not misspeaking. I mean, it's like a huge band, right?
I think it has like I don't remember.
Yeah, they have a St. Louis Ray. Yeah, it's a black and gray band. Nice. I think a Nicaraguan. Anyways, I've had them a couple times, and I don't remember it ever like blowing me away. So I don't go and intentionally pick them up, but sometimes I just have them, and it's like, okay.
Look at this guy. Fonsecas are the warped of Cubans. Damn. Man. Yeah, they're short fillers, whatever. I mean, I smoked a few and I thought they were okay. I mean, for what they are, little petite Coronas. Yeah. I mean, at one point, only aristocrats were smoking cigars because there were people couldn't afford them or something like that. Put the history, right?
Yeah. Dude, these days, the way that the cigars prices are going, it's still like that.
Dude, really, right?
Oh, okay. So, Cigar Carpenter said they're not
Oh,
great.
yeah,
I guess he's talking about what you were talking about with the $7 Cubans.
yeah. No, I think the San Luis Reyes, the New Worlds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is probably more what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Speaking
not that
of
great.
New World Cubans, how's that Monte Cristo, dude?
Yeah, it's all right.
Hmm?
It's all right for what it is. You know, like I said, when they got the one Albert sent me was like 3 years old, and
Mhm.
it was a lot better. But you know, for a yard gar, for a cigar like doing something like this where you're not really paying attention to it, it's fine.
For
It
a
was only like
kitchen gar.
$3. It's only like $3. So
Yeah. And Sal saying that, you know, at one time you were supposed to be all suited and booted, you know, to smoke a cigar, which is, you know, where he started smoking, I believe. So, and I've seen pictures of it, so I believe it. Young Sal, man, it's a pretty good thing to look at, man.
Debonair? Wait,
Oh yeah,
Debonair, right? Something like that.
he was the
Dude, it's funny. Wait, you're smoking a Monte Cristo, right? And aren't you smoking, Matt? Aren't you smoking a Monte Cristo?
yep.
I'm reviewing one. I think Sunday I'll review it. And I don't know if anybody's had this. I haven't had it. I just picked it up, but I'm just in a dry box. The Monte Cristo Epic Selection 07. Supposedly it has it has really well aged tobacco. So I'm excited about it. So it's supposed to be a stronger offering for Monte Cristo. So we'll see how that goes. But just talk about that for a second.
Why?
Go help me.
Yeah. He's saying send me a full length picture and we can evaluate. Hey, send him the whole 3 inches, bro. Hey, I'll be right back. Take over the comments.
Who is he talking to? Me?
It's got to be you.
Probably me. Let's see. Now I'm distracted by the comments. Can't carry on the episode. Oh, Matt, if you could smoke a kitchen cigar, what cigar would you smoke in the kitchen? Doing dishes, cooking. What would be something that would be non-abrasive for the kitchen? Off subject completely from what the subject of the video is. I'm just curious because I made a joke about kitchen cigars.
In the kitchen, nothing. Now, if I'm outside grilling, yeah, I can't think of anything because then that's like inside the house. So it's like, I'm not smoking in the house. So that's weird. But if we want to expand that to an outdoor kitchen, you know, especially if I'm grilling, a Dunbarton, a Red Meat Lovers, a Solita Red. Yeah, Meat Lovers or a Solita Red.
Okay.
Meat Lovers specifically. Yeah.
Ben, tell us what will mess up a cigar. Ben left a comment. What's up, Stogie fan? What's up, Ben?
Look at Ben's picture. Ben in a suit in that picture in there.
Hey,
and
what?
Cigar in hand.
Look at that.
Damn, bro.
Dang.
Oh, I think he just applied to the academy, so I think, you know, he's got to look spiffy in all his social media accounts.
It's probably on his LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It's a LinkedIn picture all the way. Ugo, you smoke in the car, right? Do you have leather seats or do you have cloth seats?
Leather seats.
What's the best cigar to mix with that leather smell that comes with the car?
The best cigar?
I just asked Matt what's the best cigar to smoke in the kitchen. He didn't want to smoke inside, so he moved outdoors to an outdoor kitchen. So I'm gonna ask you a weird question. What's the best cigar you've had in your car? Let's just say that.
The best cigar I had in my car so far, Monty number 3.
Oh, nice. Weather, in-laws, and pussy will keep you from smoking a cigar.
Yeah, the in-laws is I don't even know who's visiting Frank. Is it Mel? We should have had Mel on the show.
Ooh, yeah.
Then Frank could have just jumped on with Mel.
For me, dude, like I never get well, I shouldn't say never. I have, but very rarely do I get uninvited people or unannounced people to my house. So I don't have to worry about that. And if they do, I'll show them the exit right away.
It's weird these days, right? It's changed. It's weird.
In Hispanic culture, it's very common. I gotta say that. I don't know about other cultures, but yeah, people think they could just show up and have a party here, and it's like no.
I my wife's Ecuadorian. I have a friend that will invite himself over. Sometimes he'll say, "We need to get together, man. I haven't been to your house in a while." And I was telling my wife one time, I was like, "That's kind of annoying." And she said, "No, I think it's kind of cute. Like he's telling you, I want to hang out." So, but she's Latina culture. So I don't know.
I get neighbor kids trying to invite themselves over to the pool.
Your personal pool?
Yeah, last week my little one was in the pool with swim lessons, and she had just went inside, and then the tiny one was getting her swim lesson, and the neighbor kid kind of diagonal to us. All of a sudden, she pops outside in her swimsuit and started yelling for Adeline Bell. She's like, "Adeline Bell, where are you? Where are you?" And then I heard her say, "Ah, crap, she went inside." And so then she goes inside and she comes back out in her normal clothes. So what was, she was like, if Adeline Bell would have been out there, it would have been like, "Hey, I'm coming over. I'm going swimming." Oh. One
of your daughter's name is Adeline Bell?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice name. Is that one whole name, or is that like first?
It's her middle name. I'm the only one that calls her by her middle name. But the neighbor girl will, when she's trying to get a hold of her, yelling like across the yard to get her attention, she'll Adeline, and then Adeline Bell. And she's what?
Hey Matt, so now that you have a pool, are you like the cool neighbor now? Or do
I'll let anybody in the goddamn pool. Sign a waiver.
Damn, dude, you're Mr. Wilson from Dennis the Menace.
Hell yeah. Be out there, you can just look. Nah, like we'll have them over. I won't like just, "Hey, I want to come over." Okay, great, come over. It's like, nah, let's do it tomorrow. I let them over, but
it's weird these days, man. It's weird.
Yeah. Dude, if you have a pool, bro, like you're like, you have a lot of friends for sure.
My neighbor has a pool, so it's most of them go to the neighbor's house. So all right, good.
Hey, AZ here, Padron, anytime if you don't want to pay attention, that cigar will draw your attention regardless, bro, because they got some character.
That Padron 50th.
Show that.
That's a good one.
I actually really enjoy Padron as well.
Sorry, Randall, carry on. I just wanted to reemphasize that.
No, I don't mind putting that in the episode at all. I mean, I really enjoy Padron. I mean, I know it's like Padron's it's like a Toro Fuente, right? It's interesting in the fact that when you start, you hear about it, then you get your hands on it, and then it's something you can even enjoy after. I mean, speaking personally, I can enjoy after smoking for several years still.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, dude, I miss those. On the CP page, they had the 1000 series like last week for like really cheap. Were you guys able to grab any of those?
Which one was it?
The 1000 series, like the 1000, 2000, 3000.
Oh, I've grabbed them several years ago at a Total Wine. I was grabbing some beer, and I had just gotten into cigars, and I grabbed a couple because I think, what are they, like $8 a piece or $6 a piece or something? The Padrones, like the 1000 series, under 10, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like the Toro curly heads. The curly heads are under 10 as well. Yeah, have you ever had them, Hugo? The 1000 series?
Yeah, I've only had a couple, but I've been wanting to grab some just to let them sit for like a while, get that cello really yellow. But I missed it. I forget maybe it was Friday during my live, and I went back, and then they were like all sold out. Like they went like this, and the ones that were available were like 54s and 56s. I'm like, nah. So,
do you guys prefer smoking solo or with company?
For me, it depends because, again, I don't know anybody like in my area close enough to smoke with. Mike's like 45 minutes away. But I mean, like if Mike lived next door, you'd see me randomly just pop up in his videos probably.
Oh yeah, it'd be like,
All of a sudden,
and then Matt would pop in.
oh hey, oh hey.
you'll you'll be one of the assistants.
He'd get the other road mic. He'd have the other road mic. He'd be like,
yeah.
I'm getting that florality as well. It's
Hey, you'll be like fanning him, handing him his like his drink.
Yeah. Because I like to smoke with other people who like cigars, but at the same time, I also like, because when I first started getting back into cigars, it was for the decompression time. It was for the kids and everything, all the noises going on. It was the quiet, it's me time. That's it. Because like I'm always moving, I can't hold still. And like my little watch thing will buzz at me if I'm sitting more than an hour, and it only does that if I'm smoking a cigar. And that's my like slow down and stop, just sit down, relax time. But I also, if a couple neighbors smoke cigars, I'd absolutely be like, oh heck yeah, smoke a cigar.
oh yeah.
Here's a good pointer for you, Matt. Put them to work.
What now?
And
oh yeah. I saw that.
yeah, so that worked for me when like I used to have like a few horses here in the back, and like people would always like ask like, can I go ride? Can I go ride? Like, yeah, but we're gonna go through the whole shebang, right? They didn't know what that meant, so I had them here early in the morning. I was like, all right, you gotta take the horse out, you gotta bathe it, wash it, braid it, clean the hooves, clean the stable, and let the horse dry, and then saddle up, go ride, and come back and clean the horse again. So very few people came back.
Dude, I have a good question for both of you. Is there a time where you remember that someone else ruined your cigar experience based off of maybe you were smoking in a public place and they didn't like it? Has that ever ruined either of you's cigars experience? Like maybe a park or anything like that?
So I've been to like I guess like parties or gatherings, right? Where the host will want to smoke a cigar, but some of the guests were like kind of like, hey, what's that smell? Blah 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 blah. And then my girl would be like, hey, why are you smoking? And I'm like, well, the host said it's okay for me to smoke, so what's going on? It's like it's his house, like But I really didn't care. I was like, whatever, I'll go sit over there then. I mean, or go talk to the owner of the house. It's like.
What about you, Matt?
No, so far I haven't ran across anything like that.
When I was just starting to smoke cigars back in like 2018 or something, I used to work night shift at the stocking shelves at Harris Teeter. Like it was a grocery store, right? So I had another job during the day. I had like a 5-hour gap before I had to be there at night. So I would go and I would, I started learning, oh, if I grab a couple cigars, I can smoke in between. So I would, for some reason, I guess just being unaware of how it affects other people in general, I would sit at a bench that set right in front of the entrance of the Harris Teeter. So one time I'm just listening to my AirPods and I'm smoking a Churchill while everybody's walking in and walking out. And one time this old lady I saw was signaling at me for something. So I walked toward her and I said, "What'd you say?" And she said, "Don't take another step with that disgusting thing," or something. And I was just like, "What?" Like, I'm confused. But it kind of like made me self-conscious to smoke on that bench anymore because I was like, I guess it's very aromatic, because I just never thought about that when I started. And I don't know, I guess now I'm just more like whatever. But at the time, I was very self-conscious, so I stopped smoking on that bench. There was an
It was
Indian
an older.
restaurant
It was
that
an
was kind
older.
of closed.
It was an older lady. That.
Mm-hmm. She's probably dead now, so I win. But no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, but this was several years
She
ago,
just wanted you to knock the dust off that thing, Randall.
Yeah, she probably did. No, so there was this in that strip mall area. There was like an Indian restaurant that was closed at that time. So I just started smoking a little bit further away from the entrance. But that kind of screwed up that cigar that day for me because I was like, "What are you talking about? What is this?"
Yeah, and to build off of JD's comment here, like if I ever have a gathering here at my house, I always expect for us to once all the activities are done, to have a smoke, to end the night or whatever. So
I kind of ran into that at that party I was at last weekend. The host didn't mind. Half his guests didn't smoke, but his son, my friend, smokes, and I smoke, and his wife smokes, and my wife like indulged a little bit, and we were all in this like tent, and they were all eating dinner, and I'm like, "Oh, excuse me, people, I'm just grabbing a beer. I'm grabbing a beer," So I didn't care at that point, but yeah, I think there should be an expectation. If the host doesn't mind, I don't think it matters.
Now, if I'm in a park or something, or a public place where there's just random people around, like if I'm walking around, if I'm passing a group of people, I won't like be taking a puff and blowing it on them. I'll wait till I pass them by, kind of thing.
And when I'm smoking in the movie theater, I'm sitting in the back row. Now,
yeah, so you're good.
Oh shit,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah. No, but I've seen a guy. I was at a block party thing one time, and I saw this dude in front of me just having like his cigar way up in the air, like straight arming his cigar. And so I caught up with him, and my wife was like, kind of like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I just want to ask him what he's smoking." And we had a conversation quick about it, but he was trying to be respectful about just throwing his cigar way up in the air when he wasn't puffing on it. Obviously, it didn't ruin his time. He was fine. He was just smoking his cigar, but I was just curious what he was smoking. Sosa. There was a lady who once told me the cigar smoke is a good way to keep people from coming back to my establishment. I said, yet you haven't stopped, and you're the only one that brings it up. Yeah, sometimes people have personal issues.
And you know what? For me, cigarette smoke is annoying. For some reason, I don't know. I can't stand it.
The chemicals.
Yeah, same for me.
I mean, I used to smoke cigarettes in my early 20s, late teens, but maybe I just got sick of that smell. I don't know. I woke up too many times, hungover, and smoked like a half a pack of cigars the night before. So that really, it's kind of like when you have a bad night with tequila, and people like hate it for the rest of their lives, kind of like that.
Oh, you woke up with that tobacco chemical?
No. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. The times that I got like hammered, and I would always like smoke cigarettes during so the next day you wake up with like this horrible like taste in your mouth from cigarettes.
I've never smoked cigarettes.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had a pairing swap? Like maybe the cigar wasn't great because of the bad pairing, and you had to swap it on the fly?
I know some guy that was smoking an Opus and paired it not very well.
Sounds like a real loser. But have y'all ever done that? Like, have you ever just been like, I'm not feeling this?
Not really, because I mainly just pair with coffee, water, bourbon, or some type of dark soda like Coca-Cola or root beer, and I think those are like ideal. Oh, actually, I pair with beer. Some beers really don't go good with cigars. I gotta say that.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't usually pair in general most of the time. Like today, I grabbed the root beer, but I've only taken like 2 sips off of it. I don't usually pair. But if I do,
Even
it's usually
water?
like Hugo said, coffee, or sometimes I'll have a water. But typically, if I do have something, it'll be coffee, it'll be a black coffee since that's a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually don't pair.
That's stripper named
I
Tequila.
really like sparkling water and coffee mostly. Now, obviously, with the podcast, I pair because it's so late for me. I'll pair with alcohol, but and on Sundays sometimes. But I'm about to get back on the no drinking kick because I'm gonna try to after July 4th. I'm going back on a diet. I've had my fun for the last few months. Now I need to get back on the train of getting back healthy again.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea right there. You know, I mean, if you drink, because honestly, man, like I think I can't think of a whiskey. Well, maybe like if you get like Jim Beam or Jack, maybe like that's kind of like gross sometimes. But typically, if you get like a nice bourbon, I think it'll pair well with the cigar. It'll cleanse whatever bad taste you got from your previous pairing.
Yeah, and I'll pair a lot with a dark diet soda as well. I'm just one of those people that if something's in front of me, I'm eating it, I'm drinking it. You know what I mean? So for me, it's dangerous sometimes to pair certain things because there's like a whole bottle of Johnny Walker in front of me. I constantly refer back to other episodes, but I'm just like I always want to cleanse and then repeat, cleanse, repeat. But
Yeah.
but I'm getting back into like the mindset of like, all right, after the 4th, I'm getting back on a cleaner eating and all that again.
I agree with Sal with his comment there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's always a good time when we hang out. With tears of your enemies. What the hell? Oh man. Looking easy, man. Will you drink this? See. Yeah, this guy drinks some pretty good bourbons.
Bet.
So this cigar kind of fixed itself in the last third. You know, the tunnel was gone. I don't know if it was the pinching or whatever, but I think I need another go at it. So
yeah, because with some, I've only had I think like one time that I had a construction issue. Where mine tunneled as well like that. Besides that, I haven't had any issues with some. I've had quite a bit. I'd say try it again.
Yeah, that's the first one. But I don't know, man. I kind of dig the Robusto a little bit more. I mean, obviously, I can't really do a fair comparison because it had that little construction issue. But I don't know. I just that Robusto, man, just fucking hits for me.
It's really good.
Some cigars are better with a smaller Vitola.
Yeah. And for some reason, I don't know. I'm kind of like the opposite of people like the Cielo. Everybody's digging the Robusto. I just had it recently, and I like the Toro better, so I gotta try the Hex, and have a feeling that's gonna be like my favorite, but I don't know.
You think it's gonna be your favorite because it's more filler?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be more pleasant for me because the Robusto was super floral and even a little bit bitter at some points. So, and the Toro had some florality, but I got more of the nutty tones on it. I don't know. How's that Dreamer?
Oh, it's all right. It started off really good, and I don't know. I can't fairly say much about it because when you're smoking during an episode, you're not fully immersed.
Yeah,
I will say it's not unpleasant, but it's getting hot now, so it is. The last third is losing me a little bit, but no, it started off very good. Very, it was like light roasted coffee. leather was the main note, which was kind of interesting, and it was peppery. And then it kind of fell flat second, third, and now it's just kind of getting hot and a little bit stronger in the final. But that could also be user error, going back to like messing up your cigar experience. Puffing on it too much, not thinking about it, because I can feel it's the heat's down here where my fingers are too. So I'm gonna try to hold off on puffing on it too much. Not terrible though, honestly. That it was the Dreamer middleweight champ. It was like a collaboration. JC Newman wrote it, apparently.
Wait, was that cigars? Frank's like cigar of the year last year or something like that?
No, it was I think it was a person we were gonna have on the podcast.
No, I know, but I think Frank either rated that one really high or it was like cigar of the year for him last year or something.
Oh, like I think he recently did. I think he recently did something. And
okay,
he really liked it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, he did it maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago and said, "Yo, it's really good." And so it got me kind of curious because I knew I had one. I just haven't ever like went for it. So in honor of Frank's birthday, even though he's not here, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna smoke one of Frank's recent favorites. So,
dude, that's a good idea right here that AZ brings up.
Oh, I saw that. It is good.
Yeah.
I'm
Like Ferio Tego would be a very good one. Like they have like the Metropolitan entry level stuff, and then they have like the Sumas,
the timeless, then they got the timeless in the middle, and then
yeah, exactly. They have like low,
Suma
mid,
Elegancia and all that. Then is the
damn. He's saying the H up men. What half Coronas take 3 to 15 years? Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
10 years. Oh man. Dude, that's the thing about those Cubans, man. It's really a time investment aside from the financial aspect, right? Where like you really gotta know what you're doing.
It's also, it kind of talks about why you should have a lot, going back to what we were talking about earlier, having just the ones you smoke on a regular to kind of distract yourself from the ones you don't want to smoke a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what's isn't the Andalusian Bull after 5 years, 3 years, 5 years supposed to be really good? I wrote the date on the box that I bought recently. I'm gonna see if I can save them. If
Peter's still in here, he's the one that was telling me about that. I think after years they really start to shine, and I like them fresh. I've had some Andalusian Bulls fresh, and I enjoy them. And he was like, "Oh man, wait until get one. Get them, let them sit. After about 3 years, they really start shining." So I got a box sitting. I got another 1.5 years to go. So
Sal's right too. Toro Fuente has all price points.
Yeah, that's
you got up to the Opus all the way down to the curly heads that don't even have a band.
Yeah. Peter just said 3+ years. 3+ years on the bowls is what he likes. Yep.
And then AZ Randall, the abundance is the solution. Yeah, totally agree with that.
Oh, dude, 2016, so that would be 9 years old. Holy smokes.
Damn, that math was fast.
I mean, you just subtract 1 from 10, so you get 9.
I did the opposite. I go 17, 18, 19. I can't do these half fraction numbers.
Oh, man.
3+, they're good.
Yeah, so the bull you smoked the other day, was that the first one from the box, Randall? Or
yeah,
nice.
I dry boxed one right away because I knew I was like, I'm so in the mood. So I saved it so I came in on maybe, it was only like 4 days. Came in on like Wednesday. I smoked it Sunday, and now the others are just kind of resting. No need to always pull them out. You know what I mean? Like they're good, but I don't want to like smoke them up so quick.
Hey, I didn't know this. Bull boxes are date color coded in the back.
I didn't either. I wrote it with a pen.
Date coded. I don't think. I didn't see a date on mine.
I think mine does.
Really?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Where is it?
I don't know.
I didn't see a date on mine either.
Yeah.
I got mine in my long-term storage thing, so it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. Jack Schwartz Bulls. Is that the Golden Bull or the 100th? There's a difference, right?
Yeah, because the Golden Bull is
That's the one you got.
that was NFT. Yeah. So I went to Jack Shorts and I got my bull box with 2 NFT Golden Bulls. Shout out to DC for not gatekeeping that. Yeah, that's true.
Leo.
What Sosa said, Randall got 2 with his box. Yeah.
Right.
I wonder if the Golden Bulls are good.
Oh, okay. So we got the code right here. Somebody screenshot that. I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
I don't even know what that means. Y'all wait.
Yeah.
The letters will equal the number.
Okay.
So then that'll be the
it's
date code.
Why would they do that? Not just put like how milk does it, right? Like a date.
Right? Yeah.
Like that's
just
worked
put
for
the date.
years. Just put the date on there. Don't get all fancy with it. I'm still gonna buy it, but don't get all fancy with it. Oh, he's talking probably about what I said about the Golden Bull. Can't find the Jack Schwartz Bulls.
They sell out super quick. Yeah, I'm just wondering because the Jack Schwartz Bull and what Vitola is the Golden Bull? Is it a Toro? Or is it slimmer, like a Longsdale?
It's a weird size. It's slim. It's a really slim, maybe like a 48. Hold on, let me look.
So it's not a Toro.
I mean, it's kind of long.
Yeah. Oh, AZ saying Longsdale. So the Golden is Longsdale. The Jack Schwartz, I think, is the Toro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a 6 1/4 by 43. Non-stale, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Because you could see it in the picture. It's really thin. And then I think the Jack Schwartz one is the 100th anniversary one, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that a different Vitola completely? Is that like a Toro?
That's a Toro, yeah. So Golden Bull is the Longsdale. Jack Schwartz is Toro. Golden is Longsdale. Okay. Keith didn't like it. He said stay away from it.
Well, I got 2, so.
Oh, man.
What's up, Enzo? Oh, well, we are at 1 hour and 29 minutes. So I guess we're rounding out to the end. So let's go around, talk a little bit about what's coming up for us. So Ugo, what do you got coming up?
For me, I'm dropping something on Saturday. Wait, is Saturday the 28th? Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So finally the Lamper Limitada 2025 on Saturday. And then Friday morning live. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna smoke yet, but yeah, Friday morning live and then Saturday. And then last week I was working from home and then I took Thursday was Juneteenth, so that was off for me. So I did like 5 reviews last week, dude. So
appreciate you, AZ.
Fire the rest. Wow.
Yeah, fire the rest.
Yeah. So I
got a difficult conversation with the rest of the people.
Yeah.
No, but what were you saying, Ugo? You were saying something.
Oh no, I was just saying that I smoked a lot of the new releases last week. So like that Karen Burger, the Anillo, and then the Davidoff 2025 finally also, and the Bandolero. So I got a lot of stuff coming out, but yeah. So for now, Saturday the Limitada 2025. But yeah, what do you guys got? Oh, sorry. What's up?
I was gonna say before we get to Matt, your backlog impresses me because I think when you did the Celio, you were like, "It's March 17th," and I was like, "God, March 17th."
Oh yeah,
Right? Like you like it's St. Patrick's Day. I was like, "You're 3 months back on reviews." Like,
yeah,
dude, I get
yeah.
anxious, man. I'm like, I want to release this. Like, it's the best thing in the world, and then it's like, it's all right. I don't know how you keep a backlog. I don't have the space on like my phone or my camera.
Well, I transferred everything to my computer right away, and
That's a good
got
idea.
a bunch of storage on it. So, yeah, I now I don't keep anything on my phone. I used to like do a little bit of editing on my phone, and now I just use what is it, iMovie?
DaVinci.
What? No,
DaVinci? Don't you use DaVinci?
yeah, but on my phone I just use iMovie to paste all my sections together. Boom, 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 and then I airdrop it to my Mac right away. So.
Oh, it's a good idea. Might have to talk to you about that.
Yeah, airdrop is the best thing, bro, because it does it straight from it does it straight from iMovie, and you can choose the resolution on it up to 4K. But I only do 1080, so
I'll talk to you off camera about that because I use AirDrop for like photos and stuff, but I don't well, and videos at work and stuff like that, but I don't do it for myself. Matt, what you got coming up?
I don't know really. Fridays and Mondays I always got something coming out, and I got to edit about 2 months worth, but I've got them all set. I had them set like a month and a half ago, or maybe almost 2 months now, to go all the way through 4th of July. So I've just been recording and saving. So I've probably got 2.5 months worth. I got to just go through and edit to get those in there so I can just kick back and just worry about recording. But Erica and I, we've been doing a couple dueling palettes, so I got to edit some of those, including also the Limitada 25. Great cigar, by the way. And then this Friday, weather permitting for Erica, we'll see. I'll post something tomorrow if we're good to go. We're going to go live with the chat Friday night, 7 p.m. Central. The topic's going to be one that Javi brought up a couple months ago, which is cigars that surprised you. And we're going to start with Connecticut's. And we're going to have a special guest, Curtis. I think a lot of people know Curtis.
he's
what, Curtis? Yeah, he's going to join us for that one. So just a quick little 1 hour episode there Friday. We missed last month. We were Erica and I both just busy with just life, you know what I mean? So we couldn't do it, but we're hoping this Friday night we can do it. So we'll see. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Dude, I freaking Carpy, bro. He's got 40 videos like backlog. I'm wondering, like, does he smoke like 24/7 or what? Like, I think I thought I had a lot. I have like maybe 15 or 20 at the most. It was like, damn, and I barely see myself
going to what he's talking. Going to what he's talking about. I actually have an external hard drive for the phone en route because I was just like, I don't like dealing with the iCloud stuff. Like, I have everything backed up too, but unless I see it visually, I don't ever want to delete off my phone. So I did go ahead and go, oh, for all my cigar videos, content, stuff like that, it's just going straight to that hard drive, and I'll just take it off my phone. So yeah, that's something that I think will help me with my actually have a backlog, because I keep having like a lot of cool stuff I do with my wife and stuff that I just never want to delete. Yeah. So it just stays on my phone. They kill you with that storage, man. So I got a terabyte SD card coming, or
nice hard drive. Yeah, so that's coming, Sal. The Fundadores, you give me 2. And for those people that are wondering about that Cohiba, that was for science. So I'm gonna have a video where I compare a counterfeit Cohiba to a real Cohiba. So that's what that content was for. So
you didn't get tricked with that though, did you? Did you know it was fake when you got it? Or
yeah, no, that cigar was screened by Sal, by Mike over at HQ. We already knew, but I put it on Discord purposely. No, Sal will vouch for me. He saw it. He had seen it.
That sounds like something that Abogado would tell you to say.
No. And
I'm messing with it.
So yeah, so I wanted to get everybody's input on that, and obviously I got enough input on that. So yeah,
I had to highlight Peter's comment.
Yeah. It's funny because typically you go back and say stuff, but I'm just like I want to see what everybody says, see if they get all the the points or whatever. There's a lot of stuff, especially on those. So yeah, but yeah, man, I gotta pump those out. So my birthday's coming up, so I might do those around my birthday.
Nice.
But yeah, that's all I got.
For me, I got to do the In the Shadows cigar that I got. It's kind of backlogged. I just haven't smoked it for review yet, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And maybe if I'm in the mood, I'll do 2 tomorrow and just release 1 later. And I don't know what I'm gonna smoke yet. And then I got the Monte Cristo Epic Selection 07 for Sunday. It's just one I've been Dropboxing, so I know that's probably the one I'm going to pick up on Sunday because it's, I like to do Churchills or longer Vitolas on the end of my weekends, and that's like a 7 by like 56. So I'm like, that's about enough time.
Oh, yeah. Dude, so you're getting back to Churchill Sundays?
Yes and no. Like, anytime I have a longer Vitola cigar, I try to save it for Sundays because I just like all the extra time I have, and I like to just relax. And my wife has a whole routine she does on Sundays, so it's like I know I'm not needed in the house for anything for like 2+ hours. And so what my Sunday routine is like: wake up late, eat, watch TV, and then go to the gym, and then I'll smoke a cigar and film it usually. So Sundays are very regimented. I used to hate Sundays, but I kind of enjoy the regimentality of it now, if that's a word.
Yeah, so, yeah. Regiment. Yeah.
I just like the routine of it. Do laundry, do all that stuff, and smoke a cigar. So that's about it for this episode. Thank you all who commented and who joined us today. Don't forget to hit the like before you leave. And we'll catch you guys on July 2nd, which is next Wednesday, with another episode. So thanks for watching.
We'll have Frank back on.
Yeah, if the conversation, maybe don't fire him first. Yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
We'll catch you guys later.
Thanks, everybody.